It was bonkers. I'm a great fan of the cartoon's Wacky Races. It reminded me a bit of that yesterday. Dick Dastardly is Max Verstappen. I haven't quite worked out what character Lewis Hamilton is it, but clearly Verstappen, for many people, certainly in British motor racing fans, is the villain of the piece. And it was bonkers. First race in Jeddah, the street circuit, and then, as you say, we had everything going on. The stewards seemed to be working absolute overtime. There was discussions between the two teams to decide on various restarts which position they were going to be in. How the heck that anyone knew what was going on? That was the extraordinary thing. But in the end, after that collision, Max Verstappen was given those time penalties, and that cost him in the end, and he had to cede ground. But he is so happy to almost crash his way out of a race. It's going to set it up for the most extraordinary climax next week in Abu Dhabi, because you feel Verstappen, who's leading because he's won more Grand Prix this year, will maybe decide that enough's enough. If I go off and I take Hamilton with me, I'm going to be world champion. And that is an absolutely horrendous scenario for everyone, knowing that Verstappen doesn't seem to mind what he does out on the track. And if that's the way he has to win, perhaps he might find a way of doing it.
Come on. Now, look, if he's Dick Dastardly, then Lewis Hamilton is Peter Perfect, isn't he? He can do no wrong for some people. Maybe because of the flag he carries, I don't know. But we're talking about Red Bull in terms of who Max Verstappen is racing for. My word, he's brought this sport alive, Max Verstappen, whatever you think about him. And it's really good to see that sort of aggression on the track. And it was getting a bit boring, Rupert.
I don't disagree, because the predictability. Now, the new owners who took over from Bernie Ecclestone, I mean, they must be just salivating with what's been going on. And fair play to Verstappen and Hamilton. And actually, fair play to Hamilton, because he did look down and out. But the one thing he has is an insatiable will to win. And Verstappen, obviously, is equally as hungry, but he's been put in his place towards the end of this season. And I think that's what's gripped even non-motor racing fans. And I'd probably say I would be in that category too. But I've thoroughly enjoyed. All sport needs drama, and it needs not necessarily contrived drama, just something that's evolved. And this has evolved into, now the teams don't seem to be talking to each other. They seem to be permanently rowing with each other. It really is the fiercest of rivalries, but sport is all the better for it. But that's what I'm saying. We don't want it ending in those kind of circumstances. Remember, in 1990, Prost and Senna, something similar happened. Senna did, I think, if my memory's right, push Prost off the track. And, you know, that's why I think we don't want that. We want a true, hard, fast race. And ultimately, if Verstappen beats Hamilton, then he'll be world champion. Vice versa, then Hamilton will be world champion. How good does that get?